Welcome to CPS Live, and with us today, once again, is Juana T. Children of the Children's Administration to talk about removing children from grandparents and putting them in internment camps. Welcome, Juana.
Thank you, Buzz, but let me just say they are not internment camps. They are planned communities where children can live with a new family we create and raised the way the government wants them raised. Grandparents are too old school, and there are specific values we want imparted.
Let's take a look at the definition of internment camps and talk briefly about removing children from stable homes and placed there. First, let me just state that the Universal Declaration of Human Rights strictly prohibits internment. Article 9 states that no one shall be subjected to arbitrary arrest, detention or exile. And I thought that the UN supports the rights of the child, or is that just a marketing ploy?
I don't like your attitude, Buzz. I have your grandchildren now, and I suggest you not forget that.
I have lawyers on that.
Perhaps, but the assigned judge is on many boards with me and will do what I tell him to do. Do you believe you will win the case? Denial is not just river in Egypt.
Speaking of judges without ethics, what do you think of the judge who masturbated while trials were going on?
I believe that masturbation is a normal and natural process. If more judges masturbated during trials, there would be better decisions made straight across the board.
I know of something that would end up on the board. By the way, is that what you do? Masturbate in public?
Oh yes. I bring my toys with me everywhere I go.
I'm not paying for that. Now getting back to child removal.
My favorite subject, Buzz.
Internment is the imprisonment or confinement of people, commonly in large groups, without trial. If you are removing children from safe, loving relatives who do not get a trial, and placing those children against their will into a planned community, as you call it, isn't that imprisoning them and violating due process of law and the Constitution?
Now, Buzz, really, the Constitution has not been followed by government for quite some time now. A new world order is in place. In this new order, we decide where the children will live, what they will eat, where they will go to school, and what values get imparted to them. The world will be a better place. You'll see.
How do you figure? The Native Americans may disagree with you on that. Up until 1984, they were put in boarding homes where they were distanced from their families and culture, raped and starved. What is different now?
Buzz, we are much more sophisticated and educated now, plus we have the entire psychological associations involved in the holistic care of these children.
You mean the organizations who take kickbacks from pharmaceutical companies? Those guys? And I believe the recent WikiLeaks distributions would also refute United States' so-called sophistication. Then, there are the United Nations peacekeeping forces who kill and assault at will, rape women and children, and do so with few consequences. Consider also the private, murder-for-hire, companies known for human trafficking right here in the United States. And you call this sophistication? Seems to me you are trying to create a false sense of security and safety.
I think your grandkids are going to get adopted out overseas and real soon. I can feel it. Perhaps somewhere where the pedophile laws are less stringent. Not that they are all that stringent here.
Are you threatening me again? Speaking of pedophiles, it was discovered that significant numbers of government agents go on pedophile sites. How many of their children did you remove?
No, Buzz, I am not threatening. I never threaten. I am really destroying your family. But, we rarely remove children from homes with solid above average incomes. The states don't get reimbursed for that. It becomes a liability to the state to control upper-income people. 98% of removed children come from poor households.
Isn't that discrimination? How is it that you are so arrogant as to target a vulnerable population like that?
I am warning you, Buzz. You are out of line. The poor can't afford attorneys. This makes them easy targets, and we have to start somewhere. We are just starting with the poor. Soon, everyone will understand the meaning of government control of the family. Or I should say, Everyone who doesn't work or get elected into government.
Getting back to grandparents, if a child is doing just fine in a household, why take them? If a child is bonded to the grandparents, and this is one of the criteria used, then how do you justify taking them and putting them with a bunch of strangers they are not bonded to?
Technically, we are only removing children from relatives who have not adopted the children. This means they don't have a permanent family.
You mean, you have proof that the grandparents have no intention of keeping them and raising them till they are of age?
No, it means they have not gone through legal channels to become permanent on paper. This means the state is losing money by not having them in foster care and the states are complaining. This way, under the current economy, this gives the state's revenue to function until the economy changes.
That is outrageous. You are going to devastate millions of family members across the nation with unmitigated child removal and placement. What right do you have to do these acts?
You can be upset all you want to, Buzz, but the bottom line is, we are going to take the children from informally placed grandparents who will do nothing but whine about it and place the children where we want them placed. We expect people to be upset, but they will get over it eventually. And if they don't get over it, who cares? We have an agenda, and that agenda will get met regardless of the personal cost to families.
Again, I say you are evil and dangerous. This is a level of criminal thinking that goes way past decent. Your human rights violations will come back to haunt you.
Not at all. We will just flood the lower echelon with illegal and legal substances to subdue them. Their focus will be on drugs and alcohol, not on us. They will forget our indiscretions and go for the next high.
Won't a lot of people die because of the side effects?
For those who fight us, we will just label them terrorists and put them away, or better yet, crazy, and force drugs on them. Well, yes, Buzz, but the United Nations feels that a decreased surface population is more manageable anyway. We only pretend to care about starving children in third world countries. There are a few who do care, but for the most part, we find such large-scale international management requires some grooming and elimination. This is really what child removal from grandparents is all about. They have no legal recourse, so we will take the children and train them according to government standards.
You mean the standards of raping, robbing and pillaging the world?
However you want to put it, Buzz. We prefer to see it as reorganization.
You heard it here, live and direct. Buzz Bangren, over and out.